What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, Division Rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic, obviously we're going to talk about the corner position. We're going to talk about CB number 2 with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's going to be a short video, guys. This isn't going to be my long, in-depth ones. This started from two places. Number one, a lot of the community here, quite a few of you guys have played corner. And a lot of you guys have been hitting me up, like, and you've been asking me, like, hey, Steve, is there any way that you could kind of really talk to the community about kind of what's going on with Michael Jacquet? Because when I watch, you guys are saying, like, when I watch him, he's flawed. He's making some mistakes, but there is some underlying talent there, and people are misreading how talented the kid is. And I agree with what you're saying. And as I went back and I watched one play in particular I want to bring to the community today, you can see, like, where it's his fault. He causes a first and goal because of his play on the ball. But you can definitely see the foot speed, you can see the size, you can see all the physical characteristics there. It's technique he's lacking. And I can understand why the Eagles might still feel like there's something here to develop with the young man. But, all right, let's get into kind of like what we're talking about here, guys. So what really brought this up along with the community was PFS rating, right? So PFF put out a tweet where they're talking about the best corners in the, tandems in the league. And they got like Baltimore with Humphrey and Peters. They got Miami with Howard and Jones. They got Denver with Fuller and Surtain II. They got Cleveland with Ward and Hill. They got New England with Gilmore and Jackson. The Giants with Bradbury and Jackson. They got the Rams with Ramsey and Williams. And then they got the Washington football team with Jackson III and Fuller. Obviously, being Eagle fans, we see there's two NFC East teams on that list. It sucks a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Look, I'm not completely sold on Jackson with the Giants, and I'm not completely sold on on William Jackson III, to be quite honest. I think those guys still have some things to prove, but I definitely think both of those guys we would kill to have a CB number 2 here in Philadelphia. Let's just be honest, guys. I'm not going to act like that wouldn't be true. So, with that said, what I want to do is I want to take a look at one play in particular to kind of analyze Michael Jacquet and what I think about Michael Jacquet's potential of being, and guys, don't get me wrong, I still want a CB number 2, not Michael Jacquet. I think Michael Jacquet's a guy that you develop and could potentially become your CB number 2 down the road. It's not ideal to have him this year, but I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I can't say that I know one way or the other. But if you go to the Dallas game, right, it's the first drive of Week 16 for the Cowboys, okay?
Second down and 9. As Dalton fires down.
If you go and you take a look here, right, it's somewhere around like the, under the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. Dallas just got the ball. Darius Slade just got really beat the play before by Amari Cooper, by the way. And then you got basically Michael Jacquet playing the position I think makes the most sense for him, which is a boundary corner. All right, boundary corner meaning the shorter side of the field where you can get physical, right? A lot of things are going to stand out to you about Michael Jacquet here, guys. Number one, it's the size. He's like a 6'1", almost 6'2" guy. Really long, lengthy arms. He's got like almost like 33-inch arm length. Like, this is a guy that can get in and make catches difficult for receivers. Adequate foot speed, right? Michael Gallup is no slouch. Michael Gallup can fly. And Gallup got him a little bit on here. And it's because Jacquet panicked. So as you watch the release off the line of scrimmage, what you can see here is that this is more of a match and mirror technique here. This isn't necessarily getting in there and jamming and it's a press coverage, but it's match and mirror press. It's not a jam technique at the press, okay? What ends up happening is that Michael Jacquet, when they get even, he kind of panics a little bit, right? And he begins to look back towards the ball too early. All you guys that have played corner, y'all know what's coming. He looked back to the ball too early, and as a result of that, he's in phase, believe it or not. He's not like out of phase with the route. He's in phase with the receiver. But he starts to panic. He starts going through the hands and coming around. He gets into the body. Look, it's argumentative if that's pass interference, but I can tell you that I'm not going to argue because it was on the reverse side. If it was the Eagles, I would have went PI called there. Anytime you get your head around that early and you go that much contact, you're going to get called. Here's the thing, guys. What do you do here? You teach him technique, right? He shouldn't be, if he's not panicking, he's got all the physical traits, he's got all the physical gifts to stay in phase with a guy like Gallup. The only thing that's missing here is the technique. It's knowing when to turn your head around and play through the ball.
2nd down and 9. As Dalton fires down.
That's what happened here, guys. He turned his head entirely too early to play the football. This is going to be the frustrating part about the Eagles secondary, right? Because I do think Michael Jacquet has talent. But like I said, guys, he's not an ideal number 2. Like, it's a guy you want as your 4th or 5th corner that you're developing to maybe potentially one day be a 3 or 2 corner for you, but can give you special teams production and give you adequate play if you need him here and there. All right, guys, these are my thoughts on Michael Jacquet. I want to know, what do you guys think? I know this is probably going to be a little hit or miss with people. I know some of you guys are going to be like, man, forget that dude, cut him. I still think this guy's worth keeping on the roster. I just, like I said, my personal preference would be not to make this guy CB number 2 because he there's still a lot of fine-tuning to go here. But I got faith in Gannon, in Wilson, in this coaching staff to actually develop our players. And I definitely think this guy could be a player in the league if given the right time, if giving the right attention. You know what? UDRFAs do make it at corner, guys. They honestly do. I will say that you're far more likely to find a 10-year, starter at corner if you're drafting in the first round. There's no doubt about that. But UDRFAs do make it at cornerback. I don't want to twist that either. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all's time and attention. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. Links in the description below. Don't forget to like and comment on the video. That's what spikes the algorithm. And last but not least, guys, if you're not subscribed, I'd love to add you to the community. It's where we talk film. We talk a lot about analytics. We tackle the deeper, darker things. Hey, got to hit the subscribe button, y'all. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all's time and attention. I will see y'all in the next video.